Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and today's video is about my first Brazilian wax experience. I definitely said Brazilian wax. Ready? Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so I have been wanting to get a Brazilian wax for a long time, but I've always been afraid of getting one. I've heard horror stories. I wasn't entirely sure how I felt about it. For my 29th birthday, I went skydiving, as you already know, and I also had booked a Brazilian wax appointment, but I didn't actually push submit when I filled out the form. And you're probably like, girl, you jumped out of a whole plane. Brazilian wax ain't nothing. I know, but I couldn't push submit at the time. So I decided to actually do more research. I got on YouTube and watched both good and bad experiences. I went on Google and read reviews of certain waxing places and did the research on the benefits of waxing and just the overall experiences. So I literally was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. You jumped out of a plane. You can do this. It's not that big of a deal. Let's do it. So a couple of weeks later, I actually signed up for it. I will insert a clip of literally the day I went and how nervous I was. So here's the clip. I'm getting my first Brazilian wax. Yeah. I probably won't record because trying to remember to do all that, I just feel like that's going to be a lot. So I probably won't record. I'll probably just do like a recap. Nothing went according to plan today. I had planned on having like loose fitting clothing and exfoliating and all the other stuff that several videos said to do beforehand. Haven't done any of that, and I have my work clothes on, which are not loose fitting right now. I just treated today as any other day and not a day that you were going to be getting a Brazilian wax. So we'll see what happens. I'm really nervous, like really nervous. Cause it's new. I don't know what to expect. I know people are probably like, girl, like, come on. But it's just a lot right now. I went to European Wax Center. Shout out to Brenda. Brenda was amazing. She understood it was my first time getting waxed. I explained to her how nervous I was, and she said that's totally fine. She explained in detail, step by step, what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, what was being done. She said that as far as pain, everybody has a different pain tolerance, so she couldn't tell me if it was going to be painful or how painful it was going to be because, you know, it's my body, so she can't tell me how painful it is. She said at any point in time, if I feel uncomfortable or it's too painful, we can stop. So that made me more comfortable because she was confident in the situation, and I didn't feel as nervous. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I have a high pain tolerance, so I wasn't like crying, screaming. There were some painful moments. I'm pretty sure if you've had a Brazilian wax, you know what I mean. The inside areas are very much so painful, but the breathing technique that she taught me while she was doing her job helped a lot. So overall, it wasn't a bad first time experience. I actually loved it, and I loved the ending results and how long it lasted. Like, that was one of the benefits that I truly love, that it lasted longer than nairing and shaving and other magical tricks of hair removal. I appreciated that it lasted longer than those things. So I was sold. I was like, I'm never going back to Nair and shaving. I am a wax enthusiast. So the second time I went, Brenda was busy. She was on vacation. And so I had to go to someone else. Can't remember her name, but she was so nice and so funny. Unfortunately, she didn't prep me as much as Brenda. So I was so used to Brenda and all the preparations that this new girl was just ripping. I was just like, oh, like there was no 1, 2, 3. There was no breathe in, breathe out. It was just ripping, and she was just chatting. And I was just like, this is not what I thought. And like midway through, she goes, I'm sorry, I've been chatting this whole time. Are you okay? And in my head, I wanted to be like, no. But I was like, yeah, I'm fine. My body was so shocked at the fact that she just started ripping that I didn't know what to do. It was definitely more painful because, again, I wasn't prepped enough, in my opinion. So did that, and then the third time I went, Brenda was booked and I was gonna be like out of town or something, so I couldn't get on her schedule. So I was with someone else. It was a completely different person. So this is the third person that I've had. I can't remember her name either, but she was also really, really, really nice. Loved her energy. She also didn't do as much prep, but it was a little bit more than the second girl. It wasn't as bad as the second experience, but it wasn't as good as the first experience. Again, Brenda did an amazing job prepping me beforehand. Finally, the fourth time, I got Brenda again. And here's the funny thing. The day that I was supposed to get my Brazilian wax with Brenda, the third lady appeared and was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And she was like, what are you doing here? And I was just like, you know, wax. And she was just like, okay. And so she was looking at the roster, and I think that she thought that I was coming to her next, but I wasn't. So it was very awkward. She was just like, oh, okay, we'll see you later, girl. And I was like, see ya. And so that was an awkward exchange. Just so I did not know how to handle that. It was very awkward. Again, it's not that I didn't like her. I just really love Brenda. I personally love it. If you are thinking about getting one, I say go for it. I just think it's easier to maintain for me. Again, I can't tell you how painful it is because everybody's pain tolerance is different, but I highly suggest going at least once in your life. I highly recommend it. My advice is to do your research, do your own research. If you're watching this video to see how painful it's going to be, there's no video, no amount of reviews that you're going to read that is going to be able to tell you that. You have to experience it yourself to know if it's painful or not. So I highly recommend it. I love it. If you have ever gotten a Brazilian wax or are thinking about it, please comment below and let me know. We can chat, we can talk. Whatever questions you may have, I will try my best to answer them. And I hope you like this video. Thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.